The Supreme Court of London was packed with reporters, lawyers, and the high society elite. At the centre of it all was the estate of Sir Alfred Kensington, a billionaire investor who had died suddenly. His will was expected to divide his $2 billion fortune among his family. But when the will was read, chaos erupted. Instead of leaving his wealth to his children, Sir Alfred had left everything to his personal assistant, Evelyn Clarke. His eldest son, Richard Kensington, slammed his hand on the table. "This is outrageous. Evelyn manipulated our father." Evelyn, calm but firm, responded, "I took care of him in his final years. He made this decision himself." Richard's lawyer, Charles Whitmore, stood. "Your Honor, we demand this will be declared invalid. We believe it was written under undue influence." Evelyn's lawyer, Victoria Hayes, smirked. "We have a video recording of Sir Alfred reading his will. There was no manipulation." Gasps filled the courtroom. The judge leaned forward. "Play the video." The screen flickered, showing Sir Alfred Kensington sitting in his study. His voice was clear. "My children never cared for me. They only saw my wealth. Evelyn was the only one who treated me with kindness. I leave my fortune to her." The courtroom erupted. Richard turned red with fury. "That's a lie. That video could be doctored." The judge banged the gavel. "We will review all evidence before making a decision." Richard clenched his fists. He wasn't going to let a stranger take his father's wealth. This fight was far from over. The courtroom was in chaos. Reporters rushed to get their headlines, social media exploded with speculation, and inside the chamber, tensions rose. Sir Alfred Kensington's will had just been revealed, leaving his $2 billion empire to his personal assistant, Evelyn Clarke, rather than his family. Richard Kensington, the eldest son, was furious. He had built his entire life believing he would inherit his father's fortune. Now, he stood in court, ready to fight. The judge, Justice Eleanor Whitfield, banged her gavel. "Order in the court. Mr. Kensington, I understand your frustration, but this is a legal proceeding. Keep your emotions in check." Richard's lawyer, Charles Whitmore, adjusted his tie and stood. "Your Honor, we contest this will. My client believes that undue influence and coercion played a role in this sudden and suspicious change." Evelyn's lawyer, Victoria Hayes, rolled her eyes. "Your Honor, the evidence is clear. The late Sir Alfred voluntarily recorded his will on video, stating his reasons. There is no evidence of coercion." Whitmore smirked. "That's where you're wrong." He turned to the judge. "We request a forensic analysis of the video." Justice Whitfield nodded. "Request granted. We will determine if the video was manipulated." Evelyn remained calm, but Richard grinned. He had a plan. That night, in a penthouse suite overlooking London, Richard Kensington met with his siblings, Eleanor and James. "This isn't over," Richard said. "If we can prove Evelyn manipulated our father, we can overturn the will." Eleanor, the sharp-minded businesswoman of the family, leaned forward. "We need dirt on her. If she had any kind of relationship with Dad, we can claim she exploited him." James, the youngest and most reckless, grinned. "I might know someone who can dig into her past." The next day, the courtroom was full again. The forensic expert took the stand. "Mr. Allen," Whitmore began, "have you analyzed the video?" "Yes," Allen responded. "We examined it for alterations. There is no sign of manipulation. The video is authentic." Evelyn let out a breath of relief. Richard, however, smirked. "That's fine, because we have new evidence." Whitmore handed over a stack of documents. "Your Honor, we present evidence that Evelyn Clarke was in a romantic relationship with Sir Alfred Kensington before his passing. This is a clear conflict of interest and suggests she may have used emotional manipulation to alter the will." Gasps filled the room. Evelyn's face turned pale. Victoria, her lawyer, stood. "Your Honor, this is absurd. My client had a professional relationship with Sir Alfred. There's no proof of manipulation." Richard's lawyer handed a file to the judge. Your Honor, here are hotel receipts, handwritten letters, and confidential emails showing Evelyn and Sir Alfred shared private vacations together. Evelyn's hands trembled. This isn't what it looks like. The judge reviewed the documents, then looked at Evelyn. Miss Clarke, do you confirm or deny a personal relationship with the deceased? Evelyn hesitated, then sighed. Yes, we were close, but I did not manipulate him. Richard stood, triumphant. This proves that she influenced him. My father was an old, grieving man. She took advantage of his loneliness. The judge nodded. I will review all evidence before ruling on this matter. Evelyn sat back, suddenly realizing she might lose everything. The tension in the Supreme Court of London was suffocating. The battle for Sir Alfred Kensington's $2 billion fortune had shaken high society, and today, the final verdict would be delivered. Evelyn Clarke, Sir Alfred's personal assistant and alleged beneficiary, sat stiffly. Across from her, Richard Kensington and his siblings smirked, believing victory was within their grasp. Judge Eleanor Whitfield tapped her gavel. The court has reviewed all evidence, including the validity of the will, the relationship between Miss Clarke and the deceased, and allegations of undue influence. We are now prepared to rule. Evelyn clenched her fists. This was it. Richard's lawyer, Charles Whitmore, stood first. Your Honor, my clients have shown overwhelming evidence that Evelyn Clarke was more than just an assistant. She was romantically involved with Sir Alfred Kensington and exploited his emotional vulnerability. This will was not made out of free will but under manipulative circumstances. Judge Whitfield turned to Evelyn's lawyer, Victoria Hayes. Miss Hayes, your rebuttal. Victoria stood confidently. Your Honor, the relationship between Sir Alfred and my client was not a crime. There is no proof of coercion, fraud, or manipulation. The will was legally drafted, witnessed, and even recorded on video. The law is clear. A person has the right to leave their wealth to whomever they choose. Judge Whitfield nodded. Understood. The court will now rule. The room fell silent. The judge took a deep breath. The will is legally binding. Miss Evelyn Clarke is the rightful heir. Gasps. Murmurs. Richard's face twisted in shock. However, the judge continued, due to the nature of this case and the personal connection between Miss Clarke and the deceased, the court finds it appropriate to grant a settlement to the Kensington family. The murmuring grew louder. The judge raised her voice. The Kensington children will receive $500 million, while Miss Clarke retains the remaining $1.5 billion. Richard jumped to his feet. This is ridiculous. She still wins. The judge's gavel slammed. This case is closed. Court adjourned. As the courtroom emptied, Evelyn walked past Richard. He grabbed her wrist. You don't deserve a cent of that money, he hissed. Evelyn pulled free, meeting his glare. Neither did you. As she stepped outside, reporters swarmed her. The headlines were already breaking. Billionaire's assistant wins fortune in shocking will dispute. Richard Kensington had lost. But Evelyn Clarke had won, at a cost.